Let's talk about substitute dominants. The substitute dominant is a super effective strategy for adding a bit more chromatic color and a jazzier personality to your music. It can also be used to modulate. In a previous video, we introduced the idea of secondary dominants. These were chromatic chords that use the functional tritone found in the dominant seventh chord shape to build tension and energy in your harmony. However, something we haven't talked about before is the fact that every secondary dominant has a twin that can be used to replace it. These twin chords are called substitute dominants. The whole idea of substitute dominants has to deal with the idea that tritones don't change when they get inverted. For example, let's start with a B natural. A tritone is an interval that consists of 6 semitones. So if we move 6 semitones up from B natural, we arrive at F natural. But what happens if we try moving down from B? Well, surprise, surprise, we still end up at F natural, just an octave lower. The same exact notes are used in both cases, both a B natural and an F natural. Now, B to F is the functional tritone found in G dominant 7. And we know how they help pull G dominant 7 into a C major by wanting to resolve to C and E respectively. However, watch what happens if we take every single note in G dominant 7 and lower them by a tritone each. We get C sharp dominant 7, which shares the same exact tritone. Now, it is spelled enharmonically different between E sharp and B instead of F and B. But if you look at the keyboard, you'll see that an E sharp is just another name for F natural. Because the tritone still wants to resolve, it can help pull us right back into C major, just like the original G dominant 7. And this exact pattern can be found for any other dominant 7 or secondary dominant that you would like. Take your original chord and move it up or down by a tritone. The result will always be a substitute dominant. Now, the main benefit of using a substitute dominant is that they typically bring in a lot more chromatic tones from outside of your key, resulting in a much more dissonant and a bit jazzier sound. The root note also resolves by a step, instead of the large leap you would typically find with a regular secondary dominant. However, as a word of caution, if you are working with a melody over your chord progression, it may sometimes require you to change some notes around to avoid too much dissonance, which will typically happen if a note in your melody forms a half step or a tritone with one of the notes in your new chord. Other than this, the substitute dominant is another fantastic strategy to have in your tool belt anytime you're looking to work with some more chromatic colors. I hope this was helpful. Until next time, keep studying, keep working hard, and keep writing new music.